most, Mr. Stinky, coming at you live like a bullet. I got a very, very, very special guest in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, introduce people to yourself. Go ahead, introduce yourself. I always let people
Okay.
introduce themselves on my show.
Okay. I'm Sean Hill. I do
Uh
comedy. I'm a professional shit talker. I'm
huh.
very motherly. I love people, but then I hate them at the same time. I mean, I'm Sean Hill. That's it.
Yeah. So there's one thing I'm gonna say tonight that may kind of bust your bubble because I know you got the foul mouth. But since we monetizing, we're gonna ask you to please no cussing. Just what I'm saying, if you can, if that's possible in the comic world. So I guess we'll get into a couple of questions here. How long you been doing comedy?
Professionally or just as a
Just
sarcastic,
just in, just in life, just in life. You know what I mean?
almost 20 years.
Okay. Yep. And what made you? It's not too many female comics in the world. So what made you, deal with that?
Defense mechanism, therapy sessions. I mean, you name it, it's just a free way to, get through life
Yeah.
and not actually flip out on somebody and unalive them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
so you use comic as comedy as a therapy.
As a therapy, as a way to express myself, to talk myself through different scenarios and situations that I've already experienced, make light of it, but also be able to like push through.
Yeah.
So I don't mentally break down. You
What
gotta
would you
laugh.
say
You
is
gotta
probably the funnest city you've ever did, comic in, comedian in, you've
cry.
told jokes in? Which city would be your funnest, you think?
The one I had the most fun in, doing comedy or just having fun in period, because
just
that's
having
two
fun
different.
after being there for doing, comic.
Jamaica.
Okay, okay.
Jamaica.
And what made it so fun?
Because we literally had a black girl's version of the hangover. I didn't drink, but I met three random African American women from
Yeah.
different parts of the United States. And when I tell you those movies, people are like, that's not possible. That's just total. Nah, it's real life. It's real life.
Yeah. Um, they always complain about comics not making enough money. You hear about people when they first start and all that. They say they didn't make this or they didn't get that. Is the money really that bad? Or was you
So,
pampered in this industry?
so they will try to pay you with liquor and food.
What?
They will be, and then let you get a shady promoter. They'll be like, you and this other company need to split this six wing basket right here.
What? Real cheap, huh? Hey,
I've
what's
had
up,
that
y'all? What's up,
happen.
y'all? Thanks for popping in. I see y'all popping in. Yeah, what's up? What's up? So, that's crazy. Have you ever collected a pay where you wasn't, satisfied with the pay?
Oh, most definitely. Oh yeah.
Okay. What
Oh yeah.
about did you ever, was you ever forced to do any nasty behavior for a little laughs?
Nah, see, that's how, like, before I even go into a situation where I'm out of my comfort zone, I
Yeah.
don't already figured out my exit plan and my security detail before I even go into it. So I used to position myself with married comics, because a married comic, he's gonna block on the other married comic, because if he can't get none, he ain't gonna let the other one get none either. So they're gonna block on each other. So
Yeah.
that's guaranteed security. Then if I stand between the both of them while we talking to the promoter don't know who I might be with. So he don't want
Right,
to ruffle
right.
no feathers, since he needs his show. And I'm sitting
Yeah.
here like, all right, they both security for me, and they making sure I get my money, and I ain't had to been touched by nobody.
Let's talk about how easy or hard is it to actually stand in front of a crowd that you don't know with these jokes you have created. Now you do write your own jokes, right?
I do.
Okay. So I just want to get to that. Okay, good. That's always good. Um, How hard is it, or how easy is it to stand in front of the people and do the comedian stuff?
It's difficult, but then it's easy at the same time. Once you get to a point where you no longer want to sing backup on the songs on the radio, then
Yeah,
you gonna be pretty good on standing on stage telling
yeah,
jokes. If you
yeah.
can sing in the car, then you good on stage.
Do you ever get nervous? Maybe real nervous before you.
Every show, if you not nervous, that means you gon' crash and burn on that set.
Really?
You should have butterflies every time you touch that mic because that means your heart is in it, your mind is in it, and you actually are concerned with how you're going to engage with your audience. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. I don't have a problem with it because I've been a ghostwriter for others. I don't have a problem with it because sometimes they're not the artist, sometimes they're the performer, if that makes sense. So I may study that individual, their mannerisms, how their talk, their vernacular. And when I write a joke, I write it from the aspect of them telling it as if it's theirs.
Hmm.
So it's going to be natural when they perform it.
Hello, Robert Moore. Go ahead. But
So
yeah.
I don't have a problem with it because the only time I have a problem when they don't write their jokes is when they stealing other people's jokes.
Ah, who would be your favorite female comic
Favorite
ever?
female comic. There's too
Outlaw
many for me
Nation.
to there's too many for me to actually say that because I'm not one to really have favorites, but I do recognize that they are some powerhouses. So they some good peoples. Um, it's a lot of them out there. Even if you go old school,
Just give
where
me
you
two
wouldn't
of your
even think of
favorite.
them.
Two of your
Two of
favorite.
my favorite. Well, I'm not gonna lie, Lunel. She's one of them. I absolutely crack up because of her delivery, her facial expression, everything. Um, And Bette Midler, you wouldn't think of her as a comedian, but she is in her own right. The way she performs and does her movies and stuff, it's very
Yeah.
comedic.
Now,
So,
give me three. No, 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 no. I want to make this hard. I want to make this controversy. Uh, who is the top? Who is the most funniest male comedian to ever walk the planet? I need one.
oh,
Exclude nobody. Old, new. Who's the best ever to ever do it?
but it depends on the category. Because are you talking about telling a joke or telling a story?
Stand up comedy. Stand up.
Because
We're gonna take it right there first. Stand up.
I mean, Richard Pryor,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Red Hot, Dolomite, like
Really?
Dolomite
Over
too.
Pryor?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's so
You only
hard
can
because
pick
they're
one.
all storytellers. I'm gonna have to go with Richard Pryor because he's
He's the
more
method.
palatable. He's more
I believe he's the
palatable.
Michael Jackson of comic, of stand
Yeah,
up. He might be the
yeah,
Michael Jackson of stand up for real.
right.
You know?
I'm gonna have to go with
Yeah.
him, but the
So
others are
you know your
still
stuff.
holding
Yeah, yeah.
close.
Here's another
Yeah.
question. In stand up, who's the funniest, Martin or Eddie? In the history of stand up. No, no. Let's say, let's go like this: Eddie Murphy's best stand up and Martin's best stand up. Who's the best? Hey, look.
The reason I'm looking like this is because I'm looking at it from a standpoint of who was more marketable, who's more diverse, who is someone that you could really package. So I'd have to go with Eddie
Okay, okay, okay.
because
And
he's
I
more
would,
marketable. More
I would go with
diverse.
Martin because Martin
You
was
would
so
go with
funny.
Martin because of raw talent. Raw
He's
talent.
in his prime. He's so funny. He even looked funny, like with the funny head and the ears. Like I mean, he just looked funny. Like before he even
But
say something, you just look at him alive.
I'm looking
You
at
know
it
what I mean?
from a standpoint, not just the comedy, but I would be able to get more movie deals and stuff with Eddie
Yeah.
because of
Okay.
his diversity.
You
He
saying
can
that? What
play
you
a
so you
role.
think Eddie's sexy? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to freakily? You trying to?
Why you gonna get me on camera, bro? Why you do me like that in front of all these people? Now you can't erase this. Why you do me like that?
Somebody said Martin TV shows, Eddie movies. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because
um,
I wouldn't say Eddie was sexy at all when it comes. I'd be more to Martin on that aspect because of his
really?
ears. Just play with
Okay,
his ears.
okay. Which okay? Here's another. In the comic world, we can include this. This is kind of this is comedy. The Will Smith slap to Chris Rock, real or fake?
Fake is what I believe it was scripted.
It was fake. I found the old script where the same thing happened. The same, like in like 1980 something. Yeah, like some old
In a
other
movie,
comics
right?
did it. Talking
In a
about his
movie,
wife, it was the
right?
same thing. And he walked into the I said, this is all people,
And the
but you can see
reaction
it
was
wasn't
the
no real
same.
smack. I mean, these people
Yep.
are actors in movies. It wasn't real. How y'all fall for that? I just even the wife tried to tell it wasn't real. Like, how y'all come on, man.
If it was
The man did the
real,
same thing. He walked back to his seat, did the same thing Will Smith said. So I'm like, that's why it's funny how Jim Jones talk about this is America where we fall for the lies. And I ain't here to expose everything. Let the world be entertained. But it's time we wake up to it. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to kind of just say to the people? I got more questions I could always come up with, but I don't want to overtalk you.
you
I want to
good.
see if you got.
Just don't be throwing out there where you asking if somebody's sexy and then catching my live reaction when it registers, and then I can't take none of that back because my
Yeah,
face said it before my mouth.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what do you have any thing you want to say to the upcoming people that want to get into doing comedy or even in movies doing comedy? What do you and it's what do you want to say? Say something to inspire the people. This is a
You never
profession
know what
that
you
they should
can do
choose.
unless you do it.
Huh?
Just if you really want to get into it, just go for it. Because I've done a lot, not having a manager, just being solo dolo, no team behind me, and it's been wonderful. I've
Yeah,
worked with a lot of people, and the only way I was able to do that is because I just did it. It's like if you want to do it, take that first step, do it.
yeah.
Go to an open mic,
Um,
go to an audition. You may
you
not get the role, but
see,
at least you're getting your name out there.
you familiar with the Shay Shay Club, right?
Yeah, yeah, that I'm familiar
You
with the shape.
seen Cat Williams' situation, right?
Yeah, when he was on there telling everything.
Should he have went out like this or no? I mean, he had not went out, but should he have exposed? Would this be in the year of information and the year of exposing? Should he have did this? Should he have been the one?
I don't think it's necessarily exposure. If you didn't want nobody knowing about it, then you shouldn't have never done it. Because when you did, it was exposed. It just depended on who was gonna tell it.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
I mean, my dad said if you're gonna do something, i.e., commit a crime, make sure there are no witnesses or no loose ends.
do you believe that comedians should be beefing like these rappers?
They treat comedians like R&B and rappers in the industry.
Okay, okay.
If thought they could put me on stage with a leotard and some thigh high boots telling jokes, they would.
Have you ever been to a comedy freak off?
Is that like down in Atlanta where they had the DJ and the stripper poles and the strippers and all that? Because if so, yes, in DeKalb County.
That sounds more like the freak Neek.
Sir, I'm trying to tell jokes. The DJ start playing music and this chick is throwing, and I'm like, I don't even strip, but I gotta get gas money. Let me go and pick these 20s up real quick.
Was there any baby oil?
Not on us, but on the dancers that came up in between. It was.
Was it? Okay.
I had never been to nothing like that except for in Atlanta in DeKalb County.
Did you fully indulge or did you just
Sir.
I
Sir.
mean, hey, you was in the A. I used to live in Hotland. I know how. Hey, I know
I
how.
am very sheltered. I don't know how that was happening. They
I
didn't
know
even
as a
tell us
kid.
that there was gonna be strippers or stripper poles at the venue. We just showed up thinking like it's a typical, Friday event,
Yeah.
and we were. It was a culture shock, but that ain't never stopped us from being funny. So we still took the stage, and I got some extra tips, and I learned how to make it wiggle using my thigh meat. Yeah.
Make it okay. What's
I've
your
been in
zodiac?
Atlanta twice. You can't say that they ain't got no jobs and they won't employ you because I twice they tried to get me. They was like, "Hey, no girl," and I'm like, "Oh, y'all think I look cute to strip? Oh, I'm not a
What
stripper. I just tell jokes."
what's your zodiac sign?
What's that supposed to mean, sir? I don't really like how your eyes settled on that question. I don't feel like these people need to know my zodiac sign because I feel like y'all trying to judge me. What
No,
do I
no,
come off
they
as?
want to know you. People want to know you. Don't think so deep.
I'm an Aries.
This ain't
Don't I
Atlanta.
seem
They
like
just
an
want to know
Aries?
you.
I'm an Aries. Don't I seem like I'm an Aries?
I don't know at the moment because I'm like tuned into the podcast. You know what I mean? So I'm not focusing on zodiacs and spirituality and all that and birth charts. But yeah, so and here's a question that came through. It ain't my question. Don't trip. It came through another device because there's another device watching us. Um, do you practice voodoo?
No.
Any
I
spells?
just don't know where they came up with that question because, like, do I have something up? I ain't burning no incense. I ain't got no crystals. I don't have nothing popping off that would trigger
This one, look,
such
is this where
a.
they be hiding the crystals? Like, I ain't got no crystals. I'm like, all
I
right.
ain't got no crystals. I ain't got no crystals. These bowling balls, not crystals.
Yeah. So, what are some of the hobbies that you like to when you're not, you know, when you're
Travel.
unwinding?
I like to travel. I like to paint, create, be creative. If I have a significant other, I like to snuggle and
What are your views on
sexual.
naked splash painting? You ever tried that? Because that's a thing that
We
I
won't
didn't
get no paint
experience in
on the
Atlanta, but
canvas.
huh?
We won't
I
get no
watch
paint
people in
on the
Atlanta
canvas.
because we was talking about Atlanta. Say it again.
I won't get no paint on the canvas if I'm butt naked in front of someone I like.
Well, like they roll you around naked in the paint, and then you gotta like run up to the thing and just splash and move all around on the big sheet,
He
and then you
gotta
come
get
up with some
me.
art.
He gotta get me motivated not to run up and splash on him. Like, how am I supposed to do it on canvas when I got all this good moist paint on me? No, I ain't did that. We wouldn't have been able to make like if we paint, it's just gonna be a big old blob on the canvas. It's not gonna look like what you thought it should look like because I'm gonna either apply pressure or I'm gonna ask him to apply some pressure.
Yeah, yeah. Um, if you
I'm gonna put
had
that
a
on my bucket
choice,
list. Huh?
if you had a choice in the world to have endless amounts of copper, silver, or gold, which one would you choose?
Can I get all three? Because I'm greedy.
Mm-mm, you gotta choose one, and you gotta
Why
choose it
don't I
quick.
keep doing? Because now I gotta go do the research on the properties and then like what I can do with them versus the weight and then the cost individually. And is it an equal amount? Because
Endless of
like
either
gold
one of
costs
them.
more than silver and copper.
So here's the deal: if it's endless of here's how I look at it. If it's endless amount of either one of them, you still there's it really don't got nothing to do with
I
value
know
no
I'm
more because
making
it's an endless. So it comes down to what those things can do for you.
I know I'm making somebody out there real angry, like just say go, go.
But it
I'm gonna
might
go
not be
with gold.
copper. I mean, it
I
might not
just
be gold to me. You know.
I
You
just feel
know.
like somebody's angry in your comments, like, why didn't you just say gold?
Yeah. They might not have had a knowledge though. They might not have the knowledge of why. You know. You shouldn't say gold. Anyway, moving along. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. I'm kind of slowing down with the questions. I just want to hear you talk some more. And
Uh,
anybody you want to give shots out to? Do you love
I think
anyone?
that's about it because I don't have no people on this 3D realm.
Damn. Um,
I'm friendless. I told you I'm solo dolo. Like I did. You of all people should know I'm too paranoid to have friends like that. I'm too paranoid to be friendly. I am friendly, but I don't have friends. Of course, I know how to cook because I was like, man, do you not see this right here? It ain't because I don't went out and got fast food. I don't just like looking at it, but I can cook for me. Yeah, nah, you still lagging. Yep.
it's trying to connect my phone to my printer. Is it better?
It is.
Is it better?
It is. You got one of them good HD cameras. I see all your like pores and everything. And your and all that. Like you got a good camera.
Yeah. So you can cook. Um, yeah. So just yeah. So tell me some more about you. We just want to know about you.
Well, I recently found out that my birth certificate was amended, so I'm still trying to see have I been adopted. So
Mm.
not too many people that look like me can say that, but I'm starting to find out nowadays something was going on in the 70s and 80s because apparently there are a lot of us that happened to.
What did you find out? I want to hear about this. This is important for people listening in real time and later. You said this happened to a lot of people. What happened?
Well, there are a lot of individuals that were born in the 70s and 80s that were adopted from our communities. And I didn't think it was that prevalent until I found myself trying to research what's going on with my own stuff. So,
What made you think that you was adopted and decide to search for the truth? In a short
so,
summary.
so I got hired on at this job, right? And you're supposed to bring in your credentials to say who you are. And I'm sitting there doing my little check-in with my ID and my birth certificate. And this dude was being very nosy next to me. He was like, "Hey, why her birth certificate look like that?" And then the other lady on the other side of me, she was like, "Yeah, it don't look like ours." And they all had Missouri birth certificates. And the lady who's checking my ID, she said, "Oh, because it's amended." Amended is when they change the information on your birth certificate.
Wow.
So in all my years of living, I never seen another birth certificate from this state other than my own. So I thought it was normal. So I'm a grown adult in this big old age, just now finding out, not because of my family, but because of a job. Not since I was 16 on a family vacation. can't come out there
Hey,
by
pretty interesting
myself. I'm
place.
one of those people where I can't be out there in a strange city and not know nobody. So yeah.
At the Sahara Hotel. That was a fun event. I'm telling you, you know it was fun. It was for the guys
See,
that's watching right now. It was a
and then
lot
at
of
the
nice
limit.
eye candy for the women that came there or didn't come. There was a lot of no homo, a lot of fly dudes up in there. It was just a lot of people. 'Cause people from all over the world came. People came real cool, dressed real nice. The environment, it was so hot. Everybody was wet and sweaty and drunk and extra friendly. It was
Well,
I'm just saying, Vegas is a hell of a, you know what I mean? Y'all would have loved it. You can't hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Uh,
I hear you.
it,
If they
it
had
was,
sold it to me like what you just said, then I would have been there. I would have
it was,
been
yeah.
there.
Hey, what thing about? think I'm about to get a club. I think I'm about to, because I can sell it to them. Because I'll make you want to come out naked.
I don't want to be ashy though, so I'm gonna use coconut oil since I can't have baby oil. But I don't want to be ashy. I use avocado. That's a good one. I don't like baby oil though, because your body really can't absorb that naturally. But avocado, coconut, olive oil is good too, as a nice little lubricant on them
Yeah,
legs and stuff.
it's a lot of oils, man.
Go
You know,
natural if you're gonna
they
use the
saying I'm
oil.
cutting out. How am I? What? Am I cutting out?
Yes.
Oh my God. Stand by for maintenance.
Mhm.
Okay. We should be back good now. We back
Yeah, we
good?
good.
Okay. So what was we? No baby oil. Use a lot of
Yeah.
oil. Don't use oil for sex. Use lubrications. Try not to use water based. I mean, what?
I'm just trying to figure out if you need to use lube. You know what? That ain't none of my adult
Yeah, yeah.
business.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no. Yeah,
judging.
I gotta make my homemade. I gotta get the homemade little. Let me stop. I don't need no
I'm
little.
just
I promise
saying,
I can get
if
no
you
little.
got a
I know
key
how to
on
get
it,
it.
it ain't. Yeah, yeah.
I know how to get that little going. All natural. Like Mr. Stinky's all natural roller papers. And this show is sponsored, by the way. Roll your tree and be liberated. Oh my God, let me stop. Let
Yeah.
me stop. Yeah,
Wow.
we got about 2 minutes in. We just doing a 30-minute segment. We definitely want to have you on again. I love your hair, it's looking great. Your skin look
Oh,
great. Everything's
yeah.
sitting up high like it's supposed to. You want to stand up and twirl
Thank you.
around? Show us what you're working with. Nah, it was,
The screen will black out, sir. I can't do that. I can't do that to y'all. That's censored.
but
Cause
yeah,
then you
so
gonna cuss.
what are you? What I know I almost cussed, didn't I? But see, they say after 16 minutes in, you're still monetized. Is what they said. You know, what I'm saying? I'm new to this stuff. I don't really know. You know what I mean? But as we travel on out the waves here, what are your religious beliefs?
I believe in the most high. I'm gonna put it like that.
So no Christian, no Muslim, no Rastafarian, no whatever the other stuff they trying to give us.
I grew up in a Baptist church, went to Catholic school, went to AME college, best friend Muslim, other friend Tibet. So it's like I've been around enough different religions and different beliefs to where I'm like, you know what, as long as you believe in someone or something and you're not trying to
Name
hurt
one
me, we
thing.
good.
Let's get a little controversy on our way out. Name 2 things you found out bad about all religions.
Nah, man. You ain't gonna cancel me on this show. Nah, I'm not going for okie doke. You already set me
Until
up
next
twice.
time, Sean, we want to thank you for coming out. I'm your host, doing the most, Mr. Stinky, coming at you live like a bullet.